as President-elect Donald Trump is preparing for a widespread immigration crackdown when he takes office 25 days from now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday, Musk posted this online saying, "Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be." He later added, "I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning." He's talking about H1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at 65,000, with another 20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online: "A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers." But that argument is not going over well with Trump's MAGA base, certainly not online. Some of them saying, "We did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers. You don't even know what MAGA immigration policy is." Now, Trump himself, who I should note restricted H-1B visas in his first term, has said on the campaign trail this time around that he did want to make it easier for educated foreigners to work in the U.S.
What I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country.
So welcome back to Azimuth Podcast. I'm Barrett McNabb. So here we go. We have CNN, MSNBC have been having a field day over the weekend that says that there are now fractures inside the MAGA movement over this, because Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk have had said something, and you've got Ann Coulter, Laura Loomer, and even former Representative Matt Gaetz saying, "Hey, look, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what MAGA is. We didn't ask you to come up with immigration policy." And so it looked like there was this infighting that was happening, and Musk doubled down. Vivek Ramaswamy doubled down and said, "Look, you guys are wrong." And so here's why Elon Musk and Vivek are correct, because Donald Trump himself later on this weekend said, "No, I actually agree with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and their policy on the visas. To let skilled workers come in is hugely beneficial for the United States. The problem with immigration that we're having is the illegal immigration, that people are sneaking across the border who have either very little skills or no skills whatsoever, and they are sneaking in and overwhelming our immigration policy. Having a controlled flow of intelligent, highly skilled people coming into the United States is hugely beneficial to us. We need more immigrants. The United States is a nation of immigrants. We need immigrants. We just need legal immigrants. And being able to increase this particular category of visa is going to be super critical to the future of the United States, letting in these highly educated, highly skilled workers. Again, a lot of what happens is a foreign nation send their best and their brightest to the United States. And they get, and whether it be from China or India or from Eastern Europe or Australia, they come and get a world-class university education in science and engineering, and then they take that information and go back to their home countries in order for them to help their home countries. Just think of the brain drain that happens when all of that institutional knowledge leaves the country and goes and benefits another country like China. What we need is Donald Trump is exactly right. We need to make sure that these people are given a green card to encourage them to stay and keep that intellectual horsepower here in the United States. So I couldn't disagree more with Laura Loomer, Ann Coulter, and Matt Gaetz on this subject. I'm glad Donald Trump jumped back in to say, hey, look, no, they're right. We need intellectual horsepower to come into the United States. Now, I did think it was a little funny in Vivek Ramaswamy's tweet, talking about celebrating the high school prom cheerleader over, the person who wins the science Olympiad. Of course, I mean, there's that famous Bill Gates moment when he went to a high school, and I want to say it was in the late 80s, early 90s, and he was giving a speech on education, the value of education, and things like that. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have a clip of it, but he basically said to the jocks, like, you need to be nice to the nerds because someday they're going to be your boss. And that's apparently the student body laughed and stuff like that. But that's kind of what Vivek Ramaswamy is getting at, is celebrating the jock over the science, engineering, academic decathlon team. Yes, we value sports and physical prowess, but we should have equal accolades and respect for all those smart kids out there that are going to be the future of this country. And if we can't grow them here, then we need to steal them from everywhere else in order to keep making our country great again. And I just really wanted to press this home. A lot of times people get confused over the different types of visas, and the two biggest issues that we have are, as far as illegal immigration, one is the illegal immigrants that are coming across the border, they're sneaking across, but the other is people overstaying their visas, right? That's the second biggest, that they did get a visa to come here and they've overstayed their visa. And a lot of times that's student visas. So this H1B visa is critical to the success and future of the United States of America. I'm glad that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have mentioned this. It's an important subject to talk about. Immediately, there were a bunch of people that are in the MAGA movement that came out and accused them of not being MAGA enough. And luckily, Trump came down and said, look, no, they're on the right path for this. Now, again, the media, CNN, MSNBC, took this as infighting and saying already there's trouble in the coalition. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have been accused of being shadow presidents, and Trump's not really in charge. For Trump to come in and say, nope, we're all on the same sheet of music, just kind of puts that fractured narrative that the liberal media is trying to portray straight to bed. There's nothing else needs to be talking about, but still, they're trying. So what do you think? What do you think about the H1B visa and whether or not it's an important strategic initiative that we need to increase to allow the brain power to stay here inside the United States? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about having these specialized visas and increasing the amount of people that are coming in. Well, thanks so much for tuning into Azimuth Podcast, and please stay tuned after these messages.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy our show with all of the stories we share, we would love your support.
And it's as easy as clicking that subscribe or follow button. This will ensure you never miss an episode and keeps us bringing you these important stories. Your support makes a huge difference. Thank you so much for being part of our podcast family.
Thanks, and keep tuning in.